favorite. He produces shows all over the city. He's everybody's favorite madman. Please give it up for Walter J. Lyng!
Alright, I love how Lucy just hyped the shit out of intermission. But then she's like, but first, one more act. And you know, if you don't like him, at least you get to have a cigarette afterwards. My name is Walter Lyng, and yes, this is in fact my real hair. Thanks for asking. Some people ask me if this is a wig I got on sometimes. I think that's a dumb question, yeah? Right? They'll come up right up to like strangers on the street. Is that your real hair? Is that a wig? C'est un perruque, ça? I get it in French sometimes. Most of the time. And I think it's a real dumb question. I always fire back right after them. I'm like, yo, if I was gonna spend money on a wig, don't you think that I'd buy a wig that made me look like a normal human being? Not like work from home Hagrid, you know? And I know what I look like too, man. It follows me everywhere. I went to a dépanneur the other night, stoned out of my mind around midnight, looking at every candy bar in the place for like 15 minutes. I'm by myself in there with the guy at the cash. He's not saying a word to me. Not a word, no hello, no nothing. Finally, I go to pay. I'm looking for my debit card. He breaks the silence. He's like, do you know Harry Potter? And I don't know if he meant the books or the movies or, you know, personally. She said yes. I'm like, yeah, bro, we just came from the train station. Hey, real quick, who thinks I look like that one background character from Game of Thrones? Not the guy with any lines of dialogue or anything. Not the guy who has any character development. Like, you only see him during, like, celebrations and feasts. Way far in the back. Like, the king could be getting, it could be like the big, you know, the King Day or whatever, and he's, like, drinking from his goblet or his chalice, and the king gets poisoned and drops face forward in his food, and everyone's aghast, and it'll just like cut to me way far in the back of the room with like a fucking boar leg in my hand being like then the next episode I die in a brothel. You guys are fun, man. You guys fun? Are you guys fun? I feel like you're fun, but I want to make sure you're fun. Are you fun? Dude, because I'm fucking fun as shit, guys. Let me tell you how fun I am. I'm so fun, I don't even need a mic or a stage or an audience or anything to have fun. You know, I have fun anytime, anywhere. I'm Mr. Fun, Mr. Spontaneous, you know? Anywhere, anytime. Like I saw a couple of guys loading a couch into their car the other day, huffing and puffing. One guy helping the other one out, like a Kijiji kind of situation or something. And the guy's like, yo, bro, thanks for helping out with the couch. What'd you say your name was again? The guy's like, was it John? And the guy's like, whoa, shit, my name's John too. And I heard all that as I was passing him by. I'm like, oh, here's my chance to be fun and spontaneous, you know? So like I whipped around at them and was like, hey, my name's also John, what's up? Yeah, oh. Neither of them laughed. But boy, were they scared. Because I look like this. Oh man. Been reconnecting with friends I haven't been in touch with for a lot lately, and this one buddy of mine, I had, we were really great friends. We hadn't talked much over the last couple of years for various reasons, you know, and one of the first things he wanted to tell me about when we reconnected recently was how he had gotten his wife recently one of these weighted blanket things. You guys know about these weighted blankets? You heard about? Yeah, a couple of enthusiasts. Yeah. I didn't know much about weighted blankets before that day, but boy, did he tell me a lot, let me tell you. Yeah, he was saying his wife, she loves the weighted blankets so much, she's taken to folding it in half, vertically down the middle, over on itself, so she gets twice the amount of weight just for her, but that's screwing him, of course, out of getting any of the weighted blanket benefits. He's got no weighted blanket action going now because she's hogging it all for herself. So he's thinking about maybe getting a second weighted blanket now. He's saying, maybe I'm going to get a second weighted blanket for the bed, but he's like, he's worried. How much weighted blanket? There's too much weighted blanket for like one couple for one bed, He was really concerned about it, And what I did was I ran out into the street and threw myself in front of a car. I'm a bad friend, and I hate to bring the mood down, talk about thoughts of self-harm, suicidal ideation, that kind of thing, not the most cheerful topics to discuss at a comedy thing here, but I think if we're being honest with ourselves, we're all going to go through some dark times. I think can't be happy all the time, and when we do go through those dark times, I think what's important is that we talk those feelings out with people. We talk to someone. We gotta find someone to talk to, right? Am I right? That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Just make sure that someone that you talk to isn't someone who just got a weighted blanket, though.
No.
Because that convo is probably gonna make you want to, wrap a weighted blanket around yourself and jump off a fucking bridge.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's okay, Ella. It's risque. Speaking of suicide, I saw this thing recently. Have you guys heard about this? That if you are somebody who, unfortunately struggles with those kinds of issues, there's like a little tattoo you can get, and it's a semicolon. Yeah? And I think that's a great initiative, right? Because it's a way to communicate with the outside world, with other people, your struggles and what you're dealing with, without making kind of a big thing about it, and they kind of get it, and they understand what you're going through. And it's really, I think that's a great thing that people can do. I just regret that I didn't know about that suicide awareness tattoo when I got mine. My suicide awareness tattoo, because mine's just like a huge back piece, and it just says, I want to die now and always, please take me, God. It's funny because you can only ever see it when I'm at the beach. Or should I be getting off soon, or I don't know. Is there a light? I don't. Okay. Anybody have a good pandemic, or was not a lot of live entertainment options, right? Yeah, no, not much. Yeah, I remember one of the last live shows I saw for like a 2-year span of time was a Kiss cover band. Yeah, you guys know Kiss? Yeah, great, love them. Yeah, and they were the opening act for a drive-in movie. Just so you want to understand the inherent sadness of all of this. And I thought maybe they'll do one or two of the Kiss songs that everybody knows, and then the movie will start. It'll be great. Fun little, it's close to Halloween. It made sense. But no, we got a 90-minute full Kiss concert before the late show at the drive-in. And they did every Kiss song that's ever existed, even the disco one. And about halfway through this epic Kiss concert, which I'm loving, by the way, I loved it. French-Canadian Paul Stanley, or like Jean-Paul Stanley, gets on stage, and he's like, "Okay, everybody, are you having fun tonight? If you're having fun in your car, I want to do something right now. Everybody needs to get out of their car and come up to the front and dance. Everybody, yeah, rock and roll!" Then, 3-4 more Kiss songs. Then he gets back on the mic. He's like, "Okay, everybody, I got a bit of an update. I was able to speak to the organizers, and they have informed me that I was not allowed to ask anyone to get out of their cars. And furthermore, we should all maintain proper distancing measure. Yeah, rock and roll!" finally the movie starts, and I was having trouble concentrating on it because out of the left side of my windshield, you know, I could still see French Canadian Kiss, which I guess is like Beck, and they're like, they're loading all their own shit into their like sedan, right? And they still got full face paint on, full costume, and now Jean-Paul Stanley is screaming out to no one in particular, being like, "Hey, can anybody help us out or anything? We got a lot of stuff tonight, huh? Rock and roll!" All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Walter Lyng. Thank you so much.